Good evening, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hobson here, stand-up comedian and entertainer, director and producer of boxing documentaries, and internet troll to those who need internet trolling. This here is another episode of Hell for Leather News, the sports segment, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Folks, listen, we're trying to grow the platform, so please subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comment section, because I enjoy exchanging opinions and points of views with you all, as well as checking out the feedback from these videos that I make. Now, if you are a detractor, and it is your nature to detract, I encourage you to do so. But just know, if you get carried away while being a detractor, oh, wow! I'm going to get you. I am the troll's troll, and trolling me will not be tolerated. So anyway, I was just on YouTube checking out my main man, Fernand. Fernand's a boxing guy. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm really out of the loop with today's boxing because it's just, first and foremost, there are too many championship belts out there, too many world champions, and as a result of that, I really have very little interest in boxing. Now, I can enjoy a good fight, just like Errol Spence and you guys, or Errol Spence and Sean Porter, or Terrence Crawford against any one of a number of people. The Charlo brothers, a lot of good fighters out of there. A lot of good fighters out here. Now, my main man is Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. He made his bones going in there against Floyd Mayweather, and he put up a very good fight against Floyd Mayweather. Canelo's that guy. I like him. But the thing about it is, Canelo Alvarez has been turning down a lot of fights. I think he turned down a catchweight fight against Errol Spence. He turned down another catchweight fight, and he's choosing to take easier fights. Sounds like he's doing some cherry picking to me. Now, the sad thing is, it's very easy to fall into the bad habit of cherry picking. Honestly, as great as Sugar Ray Leonard was the cherry picker, and he chose to take easier fights after that first fight with Thomas the Hitman Hearns. And it seems like Canelo Alvarez is just taking a leaf out of the book of the great Sugar Ray Leonard. Do I think that Canelo Alvarez is afraid of Errol Spence or Jamal Cello or any one of a number of guys? Absolutely not. I think that Canelo Alvarez is saying, listen, man, why am I going to go in here and put in some work when I can just go in here and have an easy night? I think that's what it amounts to. And by there being so many championship bodies, guys have the option to do that. I think at this juncture, there's a minimum of 4 world champions per weight division. And then if you want to throw in the Ring Magazine championship belt, you got 5 championships per weight division. So it's easier for a guy to cherry pick. It's easier for a guy to make history. All you have to do is navigate your way through that rocky path of tough fighters and take the easier ones. Because guess what? No matter how it goes, if you beat a champion, you beat a champion. So as a result of this is why Canelo is choosing the easy pickings. Now, again, I'm an older guy, born in 1968, started following boxing in the 1980s. The first Sugar Ray Leonard and Duran fight is when I started getting into boxing. At that time, it was only 2 championship belts, 3, if you throw in the Ring Magazine championship belt. But most of the times, one of the 2 champions, either the WBA or the WBC champion, had that belt. And most of the times, those guys unified the title. I mean, again, we talking maybe about 30, 40 years ago. Guys were literally fighting as a full-time job. So you had a guy, he might have fought a minimum of 4 times a year. But most of the times, those guys, they fought at least 5 to 6 times a year, man, because it wasn't so much money out here. Nowadays, a guy gets a championship fight and he's a millionaire or a lightweight millionaire at the very minimum. So this is what I was thinking about, because I'm listening to Fernand, and he was talking about him wanting to see Canelo Alvarez in a tough, gritty fight. And Canelo Alvarez has chose just to take the easy road. And I don't like it as a boxing fan, but as a businessman and as a person who's retired, who's never going to choose the hard path when I could choose the easy path, I can't say I blame Canelo Alvarez for taking the easy way out. So this is what I was thinking about. I figured I'd share my thoughts. I'm trying to build my channel by way of hook and crook. I can talk about boxing because I do have a pretty good knowledge of boxing. I am a boxing historian, but I don't follow modern boxing the way I used to because of the stuff that we're talking about now. It's just too many championship belts, and guys do not have an incentive to take a hard fight for, say, $30 million when they could take an easy fight for maybe $20 million. Hey, man, this is what I do, man. You see the background. I've done this boxing thing. I lived this boxing thing. Spent a lot of time around boxing. If you get a chance, go to my YouTube playlist. Click on Boxing Topics by Xander J. Hobson. You will find the boxing documentaries that I directed and produced, as well as some boxing commentary with Leon Muhammad and a bunch of other people. So with that said, folks, I'm done with it. Bam!
A little boy climbed an apple tree. He stole an apple, then two, then three. And when he started to climb back down, he slipped and he landed on the ground. Up jumped the devil. Up jumped the devil. And every time he turned around, up jumped the devil and the white